So I'm here in Regina, Saskatchewan, wrapping up BA World Saskatchewan 2013. It's been a great 3 days. We're actually just wrapping up the third day of workshops today. One on listening user requirements and one on facilitation skills. So two great workshops. Learned a lot, met a lot of really cool people this last few days. Wanted just to talk very briefly about our keynote speaker. Kelly Garrett is her name. Senior executive with Farm Credit Canada, one of the large corporations here in Regina. She talked about influencing skills and focused on our abilities and the need to communicate with senior executives or senior managers or executives or whoever. Selling a concept, getting information across, and she talked really well about the need to gain. I think the real theme was gain trust. And I asked her afterwards, what's one of the biggest issues or biggest problems you see people coming to try to communicate with you? What are the major faux pas? And she says, one of the biggest problems is that people deliver so much information and try to tell the whole story. They're not succinct. They don't keep it simple. But the other one she talked about was this trust issue. And she said it's amazing how quickly we can see through people and understand that they don't get the whole story, or that they aren't really understanding the concepts, or they do really understand it and there's something that we're not being told, and there's something they don't want us to know. They've got such a wide breadth of experience, but as well as a wide breadth of knowledge about what's going on. And often the person delivering the message, bringing the request for funding, the request for approval, has a much smaller, narrower view of the world. And it's amazing, she says, what we really do know and what we know can fit and what is good and what is bad, but especially this whole issue of trust. So she talks about being prepared when they go into a senior manager, coming in prepared to speak to them, being ready to answer the questions, keeping it short, keeping it simple, keeping it succinct, understanding that the world of projects or the business analysis world, the requirements phase of a project, it's a very small piece of their lives. It's incredibly important, but they've got so many other things going on. So she reminded us of that. She reminded us that they don't want to be bogged down in so much detail. If they want the detail they'll ask, you better be prepared to give it. You better be prepared to back up your assumptions. Come in prepared and immediately just try and gain their trust if you've never met the person before. So it was a cool chat and a great opening to a really good 3 days here in Saskatchewan. And that's my thought on leadership and on communicating to senior managers and leaders, and that piece that we open up with. Thanks. Bye-bye.